Hello world, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Advanced Wars by Web Grand Strategy Cast. Today's episode will be covering Day 44 of my Asia Grand Strategy campaign. And as you can see, a lot has changed since our last episode. So, let's hop right on into a Wars World News update covering everything that's happened since our last episode. So here's how things looked exactly at the end of my turn on Day 43. Following me, of course, as always, is Cobalt Ice. However, this game has a 7-day turn limit, meaning that your turns cannot go beyond 7 days. And very unfortunately, Cobalt Ice has not logged into Advanced Wars by Web for quite a while, like 8 days now. So what that leads to, unfortunately, is as soon as his turn comes around and he doesn't take it, Cobalt gets dropped from the game. I sent a message to him as a little reminder. I really didn't want to have to see him go, but if he's not going to log in and if he's gone, he's gone. And that is going to completely change the dynamics of this game. And of course, because Cobalt Ice's turn is directly after mine in the turn order, that's going to mean that both blue and red are going to get a first turn to adapt to this new situation before my turn comes back around. And we can see that here. So after Cobalt, it's going to go to blue, who, as you can see, is consolidating his lines a bit more. And he's beginning to move northward into Cobalt's old territory. Finally, he did agree to my request to move back his battleships at least another space into that reef there, which he did. He doesn't see my submarine down there in the south, and I'd like to keep it that way. But that is my insurance in case he gets a little frisky with those battleships. Red gets a foothold in the mainland. That's just what happens when Cobalt's gone. And this is exactly the nightmare scenario that we were afraid of from the very beginning. So now I've got a very, very tightrope kind of balancing act I gotta do between blue and red. And of course, everyone's going to be making a mad dash to the north. And that is going to take us to my turn on Day 44. So here we are, and all this recently abandoned property up in the north here. Well, that's really going to change the situation as everyone starts scrambling to capture as much as they can. And I, of course, am a firm believer in squatters' rights, so I will lean on into this and immediately begin moving forward to try to capture some territory. Oh, it is raining, that's right, so we're going to have reduced movement on just about everything. So let's get everyone out just as much as they can. These guys cannot make it far. I think what I'll do with you, actually, I can do that, then I can join, and he's up to 10, which is excellent. I can begin capturing here, which is wonderful. I always wanted this property, so it's nice that in the end I'm able to get this property that, honestly, I messed up. I should have had this from the very beginning. This poor rocket can only move one space. Alright, well, let's move you your one space. And you can see I was definitely the best prepared for a typhoon. I've been hit by so damn many of them that I've gotten pretty good at it. My rockets were all on cities, at least half my tanks were on cities, my Neo-tank was on a city, all my mechs were safely stowed away inside of their APCs. I've got a decent reserve of mech infantry right here that's ready to rush forward now that the typhoon has hit, while these guys come back for repairs. So here we can do a little shuffle. Put that Neo-tank out there so that then I can get my repairs up in here. And this Neo-tank will come and he will sit back on the comm tower, even though it's under no direct threat right now. Still, why not? Better safe than sorry. And then let's put this rocket on this city to get repaired back up. Remember, an 8 health rocket is not just a rocket that has lost 20% of its health, it's also a rocket that has lost 20% of its firepower. Move that battleship here, and then even give him a repair. And let's get these ships back for repair. Meanwhile, let's go on a daring mission with this guy. Stick the infantry in there and send him off. Okay, I've got a little bit of leeway here. Okay, this sub I will once again send off and hide it in the middle of the ocean to try to play some mind games with blue and red. We'll just do this and pop another repair. Down here in the southeast, another typhoon is going to chip this infantry down even lower. I think this battleship is going to head over here. That's going to put it in good position to fire on this island. Actually, before we do that, get a repair in on that cruiser. Why not? You go there, get a repair, and more importantly, a refuel on this black boat. And that will give me enough to come up here. Pop a repair on that battleship. There we go. Now I've got a cruiser here for just such an occasion. And we'll send him forward. Here, I'll deploy my ships a bit so I can clear out the port for the rest of my ships. You'll go for repairs this turn. And let's pull you back just one tile so that you can repair and refuel next turn once this cruiser is done. Okay, let's get you guys back up to the front. This was exactly your job. And now we got a little conga line moving back and forth between them, but that's alright. Here I'll rotate my tanks just a little bit so they can get their repairs. You can wait there. You can get some repairs on that city, and then you can fill in the gap. This is why I'm so glad I own this strip of territory, because it allows me to do that. Okay, let's consolidate the lines a bit like this. We'll just kind of move everything down a space or two. Here, let's get this medium tank back up and get some repairs in on that rocket. Now that the Typhoon is hit, we can unload that mech there. Even resupply them. Here, we can get this medium tank up towards the front. Now I feel a little better about our front lines. We can shuffle you there, and fill the gap with you there. Oh no, I can't. Can I move? No, okay, never mind. But what I can do then is move that tank. You can just fill that gap right there. You can wait there. I think for now I will also move that guy upward and then shuffle that guy in there. And that's another round of repairs. See, on something like a mech, it might seem a little counterintuitive to, you know, move a rocket off of its spot just to get one round of repairs in. But what you got to remember is it's not just about getting in 2 HP of repair on a mech. It's also about having my entire force repair and recover from this Typhoon faster than anyone else. All my units, including this one mech. That rocket's already at full health, so might as well get that mech on in there and get it repaired back up instead of either having to build a new one or pull it back for repairs back here or something like that. You see now, Blue's entire army is at 6, 7, or 8 health. Some of them are even at 4. It's just the sooner I can recover from this, basically, the sooner I can make Blue realize that he should be focusing eastward instead of westward. Move this guy forward as well. I can either put him up to the line, or I can actually take him up north to engage with red and secure the north. I'll just leave this guy here for now, and he can pop up to get a repair real quick as soon as this is captured. Let's also join you here, even join you here. So that's going to take care of just about all my orders, but with so many infantry joined together this match, I actually am back down to 90 population. So now I need to figure out if and what I want to build. So of course, with Cobalt now gone and the game having totally changed because of that, this really shakes things up in a way that I really need to think about. Now, of course, I do have the income and economic advantage over both blue and red. However, both of them together, actually, have just about as much income as I do. And of course, blue is going to be expanding much to the north, and red is going to be getting a foothold, capturing all this densely packed property on the peninsula and these factories and ports up in the north. So there is still a significant non-zero chance that things go pretty poorly, that things go south for me pretty quickly, especially if blue and red decide they want to team up together against me. So that's something that I really need to be able to account for. I think an obvious point is that I'm going to need some infantry to fill back in the line here. So that'll be 2 units of infantry right there. And I do think a Neo-tank will round out my army up in the north here. Well, a second Neo-tank. In fact, let's make that 2 Neo-tanks. Okay, and that's going to put me up to 95 population cap. So I think that's going to do it for my production, and with that, I shall end my turn. And now I am no longer followed by Cobalt Ice, but directly afterwards by Blue Moon. So that is going to end my turn on day 44. I really hope you enjoyed that one. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I'm glad you like it. If it's your first time watching, then maybe consider subscribing so you can see a little bit more of this. Leave a like, write a comment, do all the stuff that you know that the YouTube algorithm wants you to do so that we can grow just a little bit faster, just a little bit further. And if you like this, then check out some of my other stuff, including my entire Advanced Wars by Web playlist. Alrighty, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.